Just got this guy in the mail yesterday. I was in the market for another wire feed. My old pawn shop Craftsman that I got back in 2004 is just not enough for what I need for it here. It's not going to be able to weld stuff like this. So I did some researching. You know, it's the standard buy a Miller, buy a Lincoln, buy a Hobart. You know, get a MIG Stig TIG plasma. Like, well, I got one of those under there. So what I wanted was just a wire feed. That's all I wanted. I just want a wire feed. I can do stick and everything else with the other ones. So looking around, and you get a Miller. I mean, you're looking at $700 for the entry level, which does basically nothing. That's how they trap you into buying the stuff that you need is the next level up. So I was like, I'm gonna spend $1,500 on a welder basically. It's like, okay, is it Miller or is it Lincoln? Well, I get to reading some of the reviews and this and that, and it's like, well, maybe it's not really worth it. So I'll just go buy a Harbor Freight. Save you $100, $200. Like, okay, so that's basically a copy of the Miller, I think. I don't know. Anyway, but like, man, I really don't want to spend $1,500 when there's got to be something else out there. So I actually ordered the iMig 200 back in April, and they didn't have it, so I ended up getting credited, and I actually just ordered this because I needed it, and it actually showed up, which is good. So I haven't got it plugged in yet. I got a 50 amp drop hanging there for this particular. Well, it's actually for my other welder, but first impressions here. It's not exactly the lightest thing, which I guess is good. You know, if it's heavy, then it's expensive. Put it down, right? So that's a 10-pound spool in there. Fits nicely. It's got a nice hub on it. It holds it nice and tight so it doesn't spring out. What I do like is that it has the standard type connectors on the front, so you don't have to get in there and switch around lugs inside the machine. You can just do it like this. It also has a spool gun function, and it also has a C100. That's what I'm going to use because I have multiple 20-pound CO2 tanks hanging out. I got one sitting right here. I use these also for fire extinguishers, and also I use them to fill my my little paintball cylinders I use for various and sundry other things. So let's see. First impressions. It looks nice. It looks like it's pretty well constructed here. But what I see is that it's overall pretty nice looking. The attachments look good. It's got a nice finish to it. It's got this cover that pops open and close. Buttons feel nice. But I think is that they put a lot into this digital screen here and kind of shorted some other areas. Like some of these cables just feel, I don't know, it feels rubbery. If you ever felt welding cables before, they have a certain type of feel to them. Also, here is the welding lead, which has got some length to it, and then there's this ground clamp, which is like I don't know, like 5 feet. It's basically half the length. I mean, was it really that expensive to make this cable that they couldn't have made it at least the same length? I mean, what are you gonna do with that? I mean, it doesn't even come up to my shoulders. I mean, that's not it's not a huge deal, but I mean, come on, really? That could have been easily re-engineered. I mean, you could have saved what, $3 but in cabling. Let's say it's $1 a foot. You could have added 3 more feet. It would have cost you $3 more. I mean, really? The power going into the back here, it feels like it's twisted up inside there pretty good, and it wants to be like this, probably from being in the box, but I mean, maybe that's not a bad deal. And this gas hose, I mean, these aren't tight, but man, I could squish that all the way with my finger. I mean, this is going to be a low pressure thing anyway, but I mean, maybe could have gone a little bit more robust on this type of stuff. And it did come with a flow regulator, which I haven't plugged in yet. I actually have one on my other CO2 tank that I used for that, little guy down there. So, yeah, I haven't powered this thing up yet. Just kind of looking it over, but those are my first impressions. Ooh, camera magic. The connection for the business end of it actually looks like a fairly decent type of connection there. I mean, this looks like it's going to be okay, but man, this ground, I mean, come on, man. Okay, so I got power plugged into it. Haven't turned this thing on yet. Let's see what happens. Let's look together. Okay, well, that's a good sign. Got some activities here. Okay, well, let's get some wire in it and see what happens. Okay, well, that part of it works. So that's a good start. I'm gonna pause this and get that wire hooked up. Okay, we got some wire stuck in there. Pulled off the tip. I guess we could turn that feed speed up a little bit. Nope, not that one. Whoa. The gas nozzle, this is actually a spring. It doesn't screw on there so much, but it definitely has an affirmative hold on it. The hub that holds the wire is nice and stout, it feels like. Wait for it. Feel it. It's getting there. Maybe not. 2 years later. Must go faster. Oh. Feel some activity. Got some activity. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that part of it works. Okay, so I've been messing with this for a couple minutes. Had to go in and get myself a cup of coffee, because... So, when you push power set, turn that on, brings up 23, 30, 35, 45. It will not allow you to go to 45, and it will not allow you to go to 3/8. So you have to select your wire, pushing this button. See, it won't go to 45. Like, why would you even put that there? So the wire thickness here will allow you to choose a different type of material, and it'll stop when it feels like it's necessary. So then you have to come over here. See, if I select 030, now it'll let me go through the menu. .3/16. Okay, that gets me up to quarter, but it won't let me go to 5/16. Okay, so now I got to come over here to 035. That gets me to 5/16, but it won't let you go to 3/8. So I'm assuming that the 045 and the 3/8 are related, but this model will not allow that to happen. Allegedly, apparently, from what we've discovered here. And also, every time it flashes like that, it's like a system tick. It's like a timer. So if you sit here and smash the button, nothing will happen. It'll only allow you to do one input per tick. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. You know, I mean, sweet. I mean, you can change it by tenths of a division, but I mean, who knows how accurate that's going to be. So, once I get this transmission finished in this Impala, we'll roll this table over here and do some exploratory welding with this thing. But that's about as far as I'm going to go right now. So as far as initial impressions go, it seems, I mean, looks like it's built to a price point, and I think most of the price is right in here. I haven't pulled the side off or even struck an arc with it yet, so that is to be foreseen. But hopefully it welds good. I think I got this. It was on their actual website. It was like $640 or something. I don't like to order this type of stuff through Amazon and stuff like that. I like to buy it directly from the manufacturer. That way they can't say, oh, you didn't buy it from us, so we're not going to warranty it. So sometimes it's a little bit more. And this fan's kicking ass. If you're bothered by that, then that's, I guess, your thing. It doesn't bother me. Oh, okay. Yeah, the fan noise doesn't bother me at all. I don't care about any of that. So I guess we'll come back here after I strike an arc with it.